Well, here it is, my new home for a while, as I solar surf from coast to coast, tracing the Cannonball Run, purely solar powered. I've got all the panels set out, it's a nice sunny day, and I found an awesome location this time. But it wasn't easy getting here. I spent 10 days on the east side of Nashville, getting bumped from site to site, getting rained out. It was no fun. For a while I thought my tent was going to blow away. It was incredibly windy. I couldn't sleep all night long. Every few minutes I'd be woken up by a wind gust and a rain or lightning. The whole tent was shaking. I thought I might lose my tent, but the panels held and the tent held, so it was okay. I made it through the night, got some sun the next day, and I was back on the road again. The state parks and the national parks, they just weren't working out. I needed a place I can stop, charge for a while, wait till I was at 100%, and then hit the road again. I couldn't really think of any places to go, and I was grasping at straws, thinking about farms or other properties that maybe I could give them a call. And my wife says, well, just call a farm. I thought to myself, sure, they'll have phone numbers on the internet, I'll just give one a call. But she said it was all out there, so I Googled it. Sure enough, this farm popped up. So I gave him a call. And I got the daughter of Fulton. She sells a few things that she makes here on the farm. Thought it was pretty cool. She connected me with her dad. Before you know it, I was invited over, had a nice spot to charge, set up the array, had no worries. Not only did he give me a spot to charge, but he put me up in his barn dominium, so I had a place to stay. I didn't have to sleep in my tent this time. It was great. I had tons of open space. I had a little shade in the morning and the evening, but I got full sun almost all day long. This was the easiest charging location I'd ever come across. I really appreciate the hospitality of Fulton and his whole family. They made me feel like part of the family. I even started helping out around the place, helping move and other random odd tasks. It was great. Here's the setup, kind of flying in with the drone, which is another cool thing. State and national parks, well, there's no drones allowed. So here I got to fly it around, get some good video of what it looks like from the air. Oh, and another bonus. No solar eclipse this time. Since I lost my sight in the early afternoon, there's no point in driving at night. So I had a nice day drive to get there. With only 120 miles to go, it was pretty easy at 60% charge. Again, I just needed to get to a place to charge. And here I am. I arrived pretty quick. Nice gate. This is the entry to the farm. Come up to a big steep hill, crest that, see some cows, some horses, ducks. In the back there's even some goats and other animals. It was a pretty easy trip. And here's the trip computer. Had no problem getting here on plenty of charge. Okay, I'm just kind of monitoring the conditions here. Looks like it's not quite solar noon yet. My shadows aren't aligned with the panels. I tried to get them facing south the best I could. It's looking pretty good. Let's see how we're charging here. 5.78 kilowatts in, 5 to the car, and about 0.3 to the battery. So as the sun comes up, we're just going to get more and more into the battery, and then as the sun starts to set, that battery will start to drain back into the car. And we started off at 11% this morning, and now we're at 23%. So we've got a good 12% so far. We'll see how it goes. And while it was charging, I had plenty of time to explore the place and do other things. This guinea fowl was funny. It was stuck on the other side of the fence, and it just paced up and down, back and forth, trying to get back with the chickens. Eventually it figured it out that it could kind of fly, and it jumped the fence and got back with its friends. Then you had some goats and some other animals. The coolest part was jumping in the side-by-side with Fulton. He'd take me all over the place, show me all the property, all these trails. I asked him where they came from. He did it himself. He had a bulldozer, went through and made all this himself. He even found a spring, dug it out into a swimming hole. Really done a lot of work to this place. In a short time, too. He hasn't been here that long. But it was fun to ride around, check out the property. It just goes for miles. When I got there, he was working on a deer stand, putting it on a trailer, welding it up, painting it, and he could drag them out. He's got a few of them, so he can hunt anywhere he wants. Here we are going up to one of the stands to check it out. And after driving around for a while, we reached the top of the property, where eventually he's going to build his house. It'll be pretty impressive. He invited me to come back. I think I'm going to have to bring the wife and the kids, let them see my two girls and my wife. They'd really like this place too. I don't know about hunting, but maybe. Then off to another property. How'd you like to arrive at your house via this driveway? He was getting ready for a party, Halloween, and he was doing some prep work at the place. And while he was doing that, he put me on the four-wheeler. I haven't ridden a four-wheeler in ages. I felt like a kid again. That was so cool. I got to just drive around, explore, check out different nooks and crannies. Well, I really hate to leave this place. It's been so comfortable and peaceful. Got the perfect spot to charge. Plenty of open space. Got a place to stay and a barn-dominium. Lots of property and land to explore. Hanging out with Fulton and family. But I gotta go. I got 100%. Auxiliary battery's totally topped off. What? 10 in the morning, and yeah, I gotta get moving. I gotta keep going. I can't get too comfortable and just stop. So let's see. Yeah, just gotta keep moving. Man, it's easy to just get comfortable and just not want to go anywhere. Just stop. But I gotta pack all this up and hit the road. Alright, let's get it. Time to pack up. First step is to go through and coil up all the wire and disconnect all the individual panels. And once that's done, I can start grabbing the panels 4 at a time, set them by the car, then start stacking them, alternating cardboard, panel, cardboard. And then after that, it's pick up sticks. I go grab all the stands for the solar panel, collapse those, put them in the back, and then just go 4 by 4 until I've got the whole array put back together. So here's an aerial view of me putting the panels back in the car. I grab 4 at a time and take the stands out of each and kind of toss them to the side, come back and get them later. And I take 4 panels, I stack one upright sheet of cardboard, another one upright with the junction boxes at opposite ends. And then I do the exact opposite with 2 facing down, junction boxes at opposite sides. So I end up with 4 panels stacked together in about 1 inch of space with a junction box at each of the 4 corners. That gives me the tightest packing I could think of for this application. And then I go back and pick up the 8 stands that were on the ground, collapse those, put those in a little cubby in the bottom. And I just keep repeating. It takes a while. If I just lay the panels out flat, it's about 45 minutes. If I put the panels out with the stands, it's about an hour and a half. If I put the panels out with the stands and the lag screws holding them down, that's a full 2 hours. So here I already removed the lag screws, so it's just a matter of packing them up. So in 2 hours, I'm done with the whole system. Now, my drone couldn't quite handle the whole time here. The battery life on it's only about 30 minutes, so eventually it starts coming down. But not to worry, I save it by putting a sheet of cardboard underneath it so it doesn't land in the grass. It's been working out for me pretty well, except this time.